The episode is subtly titled Voyagers of the Titanic. Just so it's not obvious, we see a silhouette of a large passenger ship with 4 smokestacks steaming across the ocean. And now we can tell by the Fortress of Solitude that they were just kidding about the whole Titanic thing. This is Voyagers meet Superman.
Where are we anyway?
On a very big boat. Middle of the Atlantic, April 14th, 1912. Date ring a bell?
No.
That surprises me. Jeffrey must not be paying close attention. Boggs says wherever we are, we're traveling in style. Let's take a look.
Wow. We sure don't build them like this anymore.
They certainly don't.
The pheromone-radiating male espies a female who radiates the same chemicals. Having detected one another's pheromones, the female is bold to approach and offer her hand.
While the 2 pheromone factories do their mating dance, Jeffrey takes a look around.
Excuse me. It's my nephew. Look, this is gonna take a little research. Why don't you, take a stroll around the deck or something? I'll check things out here.
Bog.
Does that date ring a bell now, Jeffrey? I notice Boggs been too busy hitting on a blonde to check the Omni.
Why don't you go to your cabin, get a nice warm coat, and meet me up on deck in, say, 20 minutes?
I'm on my way.
Okay. Oh, and, bring your life preserver.
Was kinky a word in 1912? Jeffrey had his mind made up that they can stop the disaster and save everyone. Boggs says, no, we can't. Some things in history are just supposed to happen, no matter how much we might wish it otherwise. Jeffrey can't accept it and runs off.
I'm terribly sorry, but steerage-class passengers are not permitted on the upper decks. I'll have someone escort you below.
Yeah, look, I'm just going after the boy. I'll be right back.
I'll get the boy. You're not going anywhere dressed like that.
Now calm down, Mr. Ismay. Well, if he can afford that doodad he's wearing on his belt, he must be traveling first class. You let him find his boy.
That's Molly Brown, and she has no patience with this guy.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Brown, but as I've reminded you before, dress codes on the Titanic are unimpeachable. I'm sure you'll understand.
No point in hitting them.
Better plan? Give him $1 and tell him to go buy a better mustache. That one looks like somebody cut off a kid's ponytail and glued it to his face sideways. Molly says he can't hassle me about a dress code, so I'll go find your boy. Boggs says he was probably heading for the bridge.
Molly, you said you'd seen one of these before?
Seen it? Well, Haggerty's had it under the nose of practically everybody on board.
Haggerty.
Haggerty? The walrus with the mustache that sold it to you.
I don't think anybody sold it to him, but Boggs wants to know more about Haggerty. Molly finds Jeffrey about where she figured she would.
Come on!
No, let me go.
I'll let you go when we find your father.
But I've got to see the captain.
The captain's busy.
But it's a matter of life and death.
Oh, stop it.
And don't you be such a crab, Mr. Ismay.
She says, you know, I've been wanting to see the bridge myself. How about you take me there now with this boy?
Just a moment.
That's Haggerty. Jeffrey has presented this case to the captain, which is to say his reasoning consists of the ship is going to sink and you've got to believe me. Molly's starting to wonder if she did a good thing. Boggs offers to buy Haggerty's device depending on the condition. Haggerty shows it to him and it's an Omni all right. Boggs says, where'd you get it?
Remove the sack. I assume you know her. If not, get acquainted. You'll be joining her tonight for a midnight swim.
Jeffrey has been up on deck talking with Molly, whom he only just figured out is the unsinkable Molly Brown of story and song.
Really believe it's gonna happen, don't you?
It's out there. Why won't they listen?
Trust me, if they wouldn't listen to Doug Phillips and Tony Newman, they sure won't listen to a kid.
Ice! Dead ahead!
Jeffrey!
Dead ahead? Huh? God help us.
Hard to stop it!
He just popped in to say I told you so before he heads for the lifeboats.
Oh my God, we're gonna hit!
In the real world, by this time you've already hit. There's a reason why the expression tip of the iceberg exists. Haggerty is just about to take Bog's Omni. Bog knows there's not much he can do as long as they have that young lady as a hostage. Problem solved. She doesn't want to go the way he's taking her, and she's quite serious about it, even though she's still gagged. He finally throws her over his shoulder and takes off.
Find all the time zones in all the world who have the landing one with you in it.
Funny as Bob, you
Good
idiots.
to see you too, Olivia.
We've got to go back.
You crazy? Come on.
It's back there.
So are they. Come on.
It is the Mona Lisa. Haggerty has it, and she's supposed to recover it. Jeffrey can't convince anybody on the bridge that the ship is sinking. He does have Molly convinced, and she says, we have to find your father and try to calmly warn other passengers to start heading for the lifeboats.
Bob!
Jeff!
The boat's going down. They wouldn't listen.
Who's the kid?
We're sinking, Phineas.
There's the earth!
Haggerty, what is this all about?
Phineas. There you are.
Hang on, kid.
Suzanne thought the life preserver bit was kinky.
Stop, please! Stop! Stop! You must get back in your cage. Stop! Don't run. You are sick. Please let me try to help you.
That dog has rabies. He should be wearing heavy gloves if he's going to do that.
Sorry if we scared you. It's just that we had to... Watch it, kid!
What in the name of... What is going on here?
1884, France. We got a red light.
Beware, the dog is mad.
The lady says, okay, that must be what's wrong. Let's corral the dog and get back to the Mona Lisa.
Down.
Olivia, don't. Olivia, stop it.
Here, boy.
Leave him alone.
Please, you do not understand how dangerous he is. You will only aggravate him.
Olivia, listen to him. Olivia, I told you not to corner him.
Down.
Olivia, no. Look out, kid.
While they round up the dog, that constable is throwing a major fit.
Quickly,
I don't take
put him
that.
into the bag.
You and the dog have already caused lots of trouble. This time, I am going to call the doctor, the real doctor.
Listen, time is of the essence. We must treat the boy immediately.
I wonder what he means by the real doctor. And while we're at it, who's the new traveling companion?
Oh, stubborn, headstrong egotist.
Done, Olivia. Voyager class of 97.
Voyager? How come you never told me about her, Bog?
I've been trying to forget I ever knew her.
Since when do you want to forget a pretty blonde?
Since I was voted Voyager most likely to succeed.
While they're squabbling, the old man is treating the wound. The skin is broken, so he's been exposed.
In here, doctor. There's the boy. He was bitten.
So, this is your doing, Pasteur. You may be a hero in Paris, where the safety of their wines and milk is more important than the safety of their children. But not here. Take him.
Olivia says, you can't let them take him. That's Louis Pasteur, the guy who developed the treatment for rabies. If they take Jeffrey away from him, he'll die.
Wait a minute.
No, let him take the boy. You will get plenty of rest at Dr. Bernard.
But I don't want to go.
Go ahead. Don't worry. I'll take care of it, I promise.
Bog says, you do have a serum, yes? Pasteur says, I've had some success with it in animals, but I haven't tested it on a human, and testing it on a child would be too risky. Bog says, what are the child's alternatives? Pasteur says, all right, let's give it a try.
Oh, no.
Except the dog had a collision with it. He can make more, but it'll take time to gather the equipment he needs. Jeffrey doesn't have the kind of time that requires. He explains what kind of gear he needs.
Stuff.
Where do you think you're going?
And you always prided yourself on being able to think on your feet. I'm going on a scavenger hunt.
She says what I get you might not be state-of-the-art, but it'll work.
Sorry it took so long.
Well, what do you have?
Jars, dishes, and a cup. These will work as flasks, won't they?
That's okay. Louis says we got plenty right here.
Swell.
Yes, Mr. Bogg found some empty wine bottles and had the wonderful sense to break off the tops.
Simple but functional.
These two need to make out and get it over with.
Hey, wait a minute. You gotta sterilize those things.
They're perfectly clean and wash them with my own 2 hands.
In boiling water?
How am I supposed to stick my hands in boiling water?
Yes, boiling water will kill all the microorganisms. A very bright young lady indeed.
Kiss her now while the doc's back is turned and get it out of your system. Kiss him now while the doc's back is turned and get it out of your system. We get intermittent scenes of Jeffrey getting weaker and weaker, all the while begging for Dr. Pasteur's serum. Dr. Bernard can't give him anything but bed rest and occasional antiseptic on the wound, but I guess he figures nothing is better than something. The serum is ready, but Olivia has taken off again. This time she's determined to bring Jeffrey back here.
Are you not going after your young lady?
She's not my young lady.
You fight as if she were.
That's polite Parisian chemist for just make out and get it out of your systems. Olivia gets herself arrested. Now there are cops all over the building watching for Pasteur and Bogg.
We must get the serum to the boy.
You ever play football?
Football?
Forget it. Just follow my lead. Listen.
Oh, American football.
Pasteur, I am the boy's physician. I will not let you do this.
For your purposes, he's the boy's father. He wants a second opinion, he gets a second opinion. Especially when he can overrule you so easily.
Sorry, Doctor, I think we need a second opinion. Go ahead.
And now it's time to wait. The gendarme offers to arrest everybody, but Dr. Bernard says, let's see if it works first.
You sure you're strong enough to leave?
Yeah, I feel great, honest.
Right. Thanks for saving Jeffrey's life.
Yeah.
I thank you. Without your help, the vaccine might not have had its test.
The serum worked, Jeffrey is fine, and Dr. Pasteur has his confidence back. And he has one other thing.
You must rebuild your laboratory. Only bigger and better. Please, Dr. Pasteur, let me help you with your work.
Yes. Yes. That would be fine.
He has a fan.
Got a green light?
Great. Now can we get back to the Titanic?
Yep. Where's Olivia?
She's out there somewhere.
Olivia is having a crisis, but captains clueless and cluelesser haven't noticed.
Next job, rescue the Mona Lisa off the Titanic.
Yeah, and get your Omni and guidebook back.
Yeah, well, let's get on with it. The sooner we get it done, the sooner I can quit.
When I saw her face at the beginning of the scene, I wondered if she was despondent enough that she planned just to stay right here and have them go on without her.
You can't quit.
First, I louse up the Mona Lisa rescue. And then I nearly killed Jeffrey by letting that dog get past me.
It wasn't your fault.
You said it, Bogg. Me and my stupid heroics. I am one lousy voyager.
But I suppose she does need to turn in her Omni and guidebook. And I think Bogg is wishing he wasn't quite so impulsive himself. With his mouth, that is. Words have consequences.
When this is over, I'm gonna walk into Voyager headquarters and resign. You win, Phineas.
That rivalry you had going, she took it a little more seriously than you did. And now she's shattered. When you thought Drake was unconscious, you said a Voyager doesn't leave a fallen comrade. I hope you mean that now. Just don't tell her you had that rivalry because you were secretly hot for her. I don't think that would help. And for once, Bogg will listen to me. He's all business. It's always funny to me to see the different representations of what some director thinks the band consisted of. In the James Cameron movie, it was nothing more than a string quartet. Other movies have had different lineups. This one looks like you could put a couple of big hats on them and have a mariachi band. They're also playing the wrong hymn. That's Abide With Me, but we're told the hymn the band played was Nearer My God to Thee. I'm not sure how many people under 40 would know that anymore. Pity.
Women and children only. Save your breath, Murdoch.
The Mona Lisa!
I'm not in the mood for this chivalry nonsense.
Does Haggerty really think he can stay in that lifeboat once more sailors come along and see what he did? He'll be lucky if they don't throw him overboard. While Bog is wrestling with the two henchmen, Haggerty grabs the painting and takes off running.
Start up there and work your way forward. I'll try and flush him toward you.
I'd mess it up, Bog. I'd only slow you down.
Olivia, all you have...
Just go without me, please.
I'll meet you and Jeff at the Louvre tomorrow.
I'm going with you.
Forget it. You're staying here with her.
But how will you get there?
Haggerty's got your Omni.
Bog!
See you in Paris, kid.
He won't see Jeffrey in Paris because Jeffrey is off to help catch him. Olivia can stand there and mope if she wants to.
Pushing, there's plenty of room. Ho, 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 where are you going?
No, I can't!
Mrs. Brown, isn't this boy with you?
Jeffrey! Jeffrey! Oh, thank God. Bring him down here, sailor, please.
No, I can't!
Just be glad you're not a man, son.
No! No, let me go!
Or not. He needs to spend his spare time bulking up a little so he can get away from guys like that. Bog is still chasing Haggerty.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ismay. The dress codes of the Titanic are unimpeachable, huh? This hat isn't you at all.
He disagrees. He'll grab the hat again and he'll end up in the same lifeboat with Jeffrey and Molly. Jeffrey is still trying to get away and get to Bog, but he's seriously overpowered by people larger than he is.
Come on, ma'am, hurry into the boat.
Give this to the boy. It belonged to his father.
Looks like Olivia reached a crisis point. Jeffrey's boat is in the water and someone just jumped in trying to reach them.
Hand him your oar!
You can't put anyone else in this boat, it'll sink.
Hand him your oar, you're gonna trade places.
There's no room in this boat for liars and cowards. Into the water he goes while they pull the other man into the boat. When he's not Jeffrey Jones, he goes by Jeffrey Justice. But you know it's not going to be that easy. Bog says, "Where's the device?"
Be ye in my right vest pocket?
As I said, you knew it wasn't going to be that easy. And by the way, go Olivia!
What the heck do you think you're doing? I had him right where I wanted him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you had to fly on in and play a hero again.
Well, you ingrate. If it weren't for me.
If it weren't for you, I'd have everything under control.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Lord knows that took long enough. Now let's get that painting, get the Omni, and get out of here.
It's down there.
Bog, you can't do that. Bog, you can't. It's too hot.
And the ocean's too cold.
Yeah, that steam could ruin your whole day, but so could 38-degree water. The people in Jeffrey's boat have spotted another person in the water.
Put anyone else on this boat, it'll sink.
This time the coward's right. The water's almost over the edge.
Pick him up.
What they say.
Pick him up.
Roll over there to the right.
You better be there, Bog. You better be there.
Molly Brown never did come up with a plausible explanation. She finally decided that Jeffrey must have been an angel sent to keep her alive, and that was why everybody just instinctively did whatever he told them to.
Bog, we're going under.
it still works.
Take that as a yes, and be thankful you didn't have to say, oh crap, that doesn't work. The Titanic slips under the water, not to be seen again for over 70 years. Jeffrey has omnied to Paris the next day, as Bog told him to.
Le Titanic coule dans l'Atlantique. Dernière nouvelle, lisez-les. Dernière nouvelle, lisez-les. Mille noyés, le Titanic
He sure doesn't have much faith in his fellow voyagers.
coule dans l'Atlantique. Dernière nouvelle.
Hey, bonjour, kid.
Olivia gave us a story about how a guy named Vincenzo stole the Mona Lisa from the Louvre and kept it in his basement, intending to sell it to Italy. History went wrong when those two clowns on the Titanic stole it and sold it to Haggerty. She says it's safely back in Vincenzo's basement.
Why didn't you put it back in the museum?
Because the Mona Lisa stays in Vincenzo Perugia's basement for 1 more year, at which time he tries to sell it to Italy, is apprehended,
And the painting's returned to the Louvre.
Okay, so there are a few things the guidebook knows that Jeffrey doesn't. La-dee-da.
You got it, kid.
Boy, that guidebook sure comes in handy.
Yeah. And since Olivia's gonna quit, she won't mind if we take hers.
Who is quitting?
Big shock. She'll thank Bog, but it was Jeffrey who did it. His determination to do the job no matter what reignited the spark inside her that Bog almost blew out with his careless words. Jeffrey has that effect on people. No wonder he was chosen to be a Voyager. By whatever does the choosing.
Holy mush!
Maybe Robin and Jeffrey can put their heads together and try to figure out what this stuff is all about.